Oh shit. Sorry. I didn't have my chat window open. Sorry guys. If you have questions, you can ask them now. I have my chat window open now. Let me see what question was asked before. I want to ask a question. Why didn't you use the box with the word up yet, please? When you type I don't really know what you mean by that. I thought the Mahjong training didn't see any word. I cleared. You're talking about the Mulong Dojo? I don't think you get a reward for that. I think you have to place like 1 through 3 or something to get a reward. So I'm not sure if you're even ranked high enough to get a reward. What's up, man? How are you doing? I had my chat down, so I couldn't see my chat. That was pretty troll. All good, all good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just finished my breakfast and now I'm just gonna grind for a little bit. Also, yesterday I just leveled up, so now I'm back to square one. I sold every easy boss slash normal boss up to pink, and now I'm grinding so I can beat Cygnus. Like easy Cygnus? That's the next one. Easy Cygnus is pretty good as solo too. I think you have a possibility of hitting the weapon. I think. See. And some of the weapons actually sell for a lot. Yeah, that boss is pretty easy to duo, I think. If you have a duo, it makes things way easier. Probably later this week, I'm not that strong. Yeah, I think that during this week we could see a lot of items drop a little bit because the event rewards are too crazy. So maybe you can pick some stuff up for cheap, and you can upgrade those gears or something. I mean, I feel like I'm seeing a lot of stuff on the market right now. I'm like, I think these are gonna go back up when the event ends. The upgrade costs are pretty high, to be honest. Yeah, they're really crazy right now. But I think what's going to happen is after this event is over, um it's probably gonna drop. So in like a week and a half or so, because now there's just like increased NESO rates everywhere. I think once it kind of evens out a little bit more, then it'll drop back down. Also, I think people are just really like horny to fucking upgrade everything. Like they're rushing into it. Well, I mean, I get it. The rewards are really good this week. I did my weapon to 11, flaming in like 5 days. Yeah, honestly, that's a lot of gains. The weapon is huge, and flaming it, if you hit the attack line on it, it's like really good. You're praying, yeah. Well, hopefully it goes well for you. I need to redo my weapon. I'm back at square zero. So, and let's see how many days. 12 days. After today, it's gonna be 11. So 12 days, I'll replay my weapon. Then I'll be extra juiced. What happened with the weapon? Oh, I got a new weapon. I bought the Fafnir. So I sold my base lord, the other dagger, and then I bought the Fafnir. Yeah. But actually though, I think it's not like the worst deal because right now the enhancements costs are so high that I did like some rough math on it just to get both potentials for the B pot and the pot to legendary. It would cost like a lot, and if you include the cost of 16 star, it was like 250 mil almost. So that's just too crazy for average. So I just bought the weapon when it's already done, and I sold my weapon, so it basically helped cover the cost of that. Which server should I pick? Please help advise. Well, if you have any friends, play on the servers your friends are playing in. Other than that, just play on the least populated one. That way you'll have no one chasing you. Yeah, 250 mil just to get it to 16 star and double legendary. That's not even including getting the actual potentials too. So it's kind of like a no-brainer buy. The item is already done. Like it's pretty good. Like, it has pretty much everything's usable on it. Boss attack, crit rate, and it's double prime too. So that's not bad. I mean, it's not like ideal super long term, but for now it's a really godly weapon. Yeah, it's super good. Like I feel it when I do all my bosses now. Like I am shredding through bosses. Can you change servers anytime or is it fixed? I believe you can unlink your character, but you can only do that like every 10 days or something, I think. So once you mint your character, I think you can do it one time before yeah. So basically once you put your character into a server, then you gotta wait like 10 days before you can do it again. Yeah, but you can do that. So I don't really think it matters that much what server you choose, but I would just personally choose the one that you have friends in, or there's a guild you want to join or something. But other than that, just choose the least populated one. You'll probably enjoy it a little bit more. Also, I think that the drop rates is a little bit better for the less populated servers, but I don't think it's really makes that much of a difference. Oh, so you swap every 10 days? Yeah, basically. Yeah, choose the least popular one. I mean, it's usually better anyways, because no one KS's you. Yeah, no problem. So apparently right now there's a another guild. They're targeting people in Limelight at Dark World Tree, and they're just KSing them. And this happened in multiple people's maps, so I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't know. I feel like they're botting or something because then they just go to the map and they just start killing stuff and they don't even say anything. They're just there. I mean, thankfully, I found a rotation for this map because the other map is too popular anyways. I don't want to train there anymore. But only certain classes can train on this map well. I think not every class can, so I'm pretty lucky. I went into a portal and some guy came to my map. I clicked the NESO on the ground, swapped to the next channel. Then I see the guy swap to. You both question mark in the chat. Bro, he's following you around. Pretty funny though. But I think that yeah, if you go in the portal and someone comes and that's technically their map. But it's funny that he swapped. I need to remember to take the portals because they give emblems, but I never hit it, so it just feels like I don't ever want to take it. Did emblem price go down? Did they? I feel like I haven't checked them in a while. Take a look. Oh, they definitely didn't go down. That's why I enjoy farming with my friends. We can always take portals. Yeah. True, true, true. Okay, I mean the silver ones they should go down because people need to be able to afford them. They need to give those out more of them, honestly. Because right now, if you're like a newer player, it's very hard to do anything without a emblem. Even if they start giving out bronze emblems, I don't even think it would be that bad. Pets went up? Oh shit. I mean, it makes sense though, because playing this game without a pet is kind of miserable, right? I think though, maybe on Wednesday they might go down because in the raffles. You're a masochist then? Oh, why do you say that? I'm waiting for that moment. Oh yeah, that's what my friend is doing. Buy 3 in depth. Yeah, he's trying to buy auto buff pets, and I think right now they're like too expensive. They keep going up. I mean, I think that's a good thing though, right? Because that means that people are more willing to play the game. Like there's a lot more people trying to progress in the game, right? Because a pet is not something you buy right away. It's something you will probably buy and you think about it like long term. So the pets going up in prices. I mean, it's a good sign. By the way, I want to ask you, does auto move and extended auto move matter? I think you said in the video it's not so important. I don't think it's super important. I mean, like, do you see how I'm like just moving around a lot already? But I don't really give my time for my pet to walk towards the money. So I don't really think it's that important. But I mean, it helps a little bit. Because then what all it does is it just makes them go towards the money, you know? Actually, I don't even know my monkey has auto move. Let's see. No, it doesn't. I mean, these literally don't do anything, yeah. Do you flip items? Yeah, I flipped a lot of items. But if you're asking me like a strategy or something, I mean honestly, it's hard to say. I mean, I'll tell you what I think is undervalued right now, but there's no promises they'll go back up. I think Dominator pendants, every time at reset, they just end up getting sold on. But I think those are really good items to pick up. I mean, they're basically best in slot for like ever. Like I mean, like the majority of players that want a 22 starable pendant, that's the one that you want to get. It's the most accessible, and I mean, you pretty much get that like now, so you can work on it. Can't really think of one reason why you wouldn't want it if you are trying to play this game for a while. I did my collection right before your video. Now I'm waiting for the world to burn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I went ham on the collection yesterday. Let me see if I can show you guys. So right here, I got 40 on the collection, but that one it took so long to do that, and it cost a lot too. So I was like, oh, maybe this wasn't worth it. Yeah, 40. Yeah, it took me a long time, but I know people already have higher than 40. 40 is just good because you get the extra crit damage, which is extremely good. Let me see. Yeah, it's crit damage. I think, the next one that's really worth it is 65. I don't know, like it's so far away. And like it's hard to find items that are cheaper too because I filled out so many already. But I'm probably just gonna stay at 40 for now. Yeah, the crit one is super good. It's just 2%. 2% crit for 40 items. Very good if you need crit, which right now I don't think anyone like just they definitely need it. It's hard to find sources of crit damage or crit rate right now. So any extra crit you can get is really useful. Like if you're able to get 100% crit without any hyper stats, I think it's really nice because you can just start juicing everything else up. You don't really get too much value out of the hyper stats putting into crit rate, but you definitely need to if you don't have it. So if you have it in your legendary ability or whatever, it's like fine to keep. But right now, I'm trying to min-max my character as much as possible because I'm trying to do a lot of the harder bosses by myself eventually. So, what we're working towards right now. I think I did a battle analysis on Lotus. I need about 40% final damage, but I made some gains yesterday. So I think I need around 30% final damage. Is every boss soloable? Yeah, they are. Every single boss is soloable. You just need extreme funding. There's already people soloing Lotus, and people are doing Damien. Damien is harder to solo because the boss itself is not like extremely hard to do. He's just very hard to consistently do damage to. Just the way the boss fight works. While Lotus, you can pretty much keep like 95% uptime on the boss. So they have pretty similar HP. It's just one boss is just harder to kill because of how the boss works, but he's way easier to do. But I think um we're going to start seeing Damien solos like maybe in a few weeks. I mean, but keep in mind that the people that are soloing Damien and Lotus, they're juiced. And they also have a lot of levels. Yeah. Very interesting. I think they're gonna release like maybe in a few weeks through a few months, they'll release Hard Lotus, Hard Damien. And those bosses are very tough. Well, especially Hard Lotus. Hard Damien is just hard to kill. Hard Lotus is a really hard boss. Did you work on your link skills? Yeah, I bought all my link skills. I'm way too lazy to train the characters by myself. I got I mean I want to make a link skill guide, right? But I don't really think there's too many to choose from. You just get the mage, thief, archer, and pirate one. And then if you want to get the the warrior one, then cool. But I don't really I want to make a link guide when like more links come out, but they don't have any characters in the fucking game right now, so I feel like it's not like too much value, but I guess some people don't really know what links to put in. Yeah, that shit is annoying to do, honestly. Also, training a fresh character in this game is even worse because it's very hard to fund them, right? The only way you can really fund them is if you have unchained stuff. I just got mage and bow. Yeah, those are like the two most important ones, I think. Because then mage gives you IED, and then the archer gives you crit rate, which everyone needs crit rate right now. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like even if you have like full unchained, right? It's not like you one shot the mobs either. It's still a struggle out there, right? And then if you want to feel like kind of strong, you got to work on your weapon and your secondary and your emblem, right? But that shit costs way too much. So I don't know. The annoying part is the 10-day thing. What is the 10-day thing? Are you talking about like you can't unlink it or something? I see, I see. Yeah, I mean that's just how the game, combats bossing mules basically. Otherwise it'd be too OP, but I know what you mean. Hopefully they do some events to give stuff for free to play players. Yeah, I don't think the game is very free to play friendly at all, but I think that's just like how the game is designed. But it's weird because they have to make the game accessible to newer players. But at the same time, they don't want to give people too many free things to like devalue the items of what people have now. But I mean, like as a newer player, it's definitely fucking annoying to not be able to, just grind and stuff because you don't do any damage. That's what I'm saying. They need more like items like first of all, I think on-chain gear shouldn't really cost that much to enhance. And two, I think that they need to make like a budget secondary or a budget emblem. That way, people have an option to play their secondary characters and not spend an arm and a leg. Because I think what they're afraid of is giving the budget option like too much power that people just won't ever use like the better items. But as long as you cap it out pretty hard, like it's very clear that this is as strong as the item gets, then I don't really think that's that big of an issue. Like what they can even do is they just give like an emblem and it just gives flat or not flat, but like percent attack or something, but like 3% or 6% or something like that. And you can't potential it, and then that's just the item, it just caps out, but it gives them and makes it usable. That way there's just more options for early game players because I understand like playing the early game is just awful. Like whenever people tell me like they're free to play, I don't really know what to tell them. It's just like you're just gonna have a bad time. Like you gotta spend a little bit to make it a little easier. But I mean like at least give people options for the early game. Like cheaper enhancement for Unchained. I don't even think Unchained is that broken. They just don't want to make it so cheap though that it becomes like the primary like what people use primarily, and then people will just use that over everything else. Just reroll 2 line on attack on my emblem and secondary, but secondary is unique. I mean, you just keep that for now, I think. Like I don't think you have to spend too much, as in I mean, unless you're really just trying to solo C-Vel or something, I don't think you need to go anything too much harder. But if you're still finding yourself having like a little bit of trouble doing Queen, then maybe just do a BA then 8 mil and weaker. Wait, what? Oh, how are you weaker? 11.5 bill? Dude, you're way over capped on damage. I think Queen is like 160, right? So Oh, okay. Yeah, you should have more than enough damage to do queen now. And like it should be like a more comfortable clear. I mean, you're juiced now, right? Absolutely juiced. Chaos 1-1 is most feasible to do. Yeah, it's the easiest CRA boss. 11.9k stat. I want to do more boss. Bro, what other boss you want to do? Do you want to solo Siva? I mean, that one is just like harder to solo, you know? What's the beep on the weapon? Holy shit, don't do that. Fuck that. Honestly, I think you just wait. Oh, you want more boss damage. Honestly, I think you just wait on the pots and then I think it's just levels, right? Because I feel like everyone is pretty strong to the point right now where if you guys were level 210, you guys could do Lomian party. Imagine they added Tyrant stuff, dude. I mean, it give people an extra option. I think Tyrant was so fucking OP that they just removed it from the beta. Imagine, oh sorry, I read that. Von Leon gloves reroll is 100k. It's pissing me off. That's crazy. Honestly, I saw people re-roll it yesterday in my friend group, so you know that's why it's cost so much because they're re-rolling it too. Good morning, Glorious King. Good morning, bro. Doing my early morning grind. Yeah, honestly, right now I feel like the most gains that y'all can make is levels. You know, because you guys can clear pretty much all the bosses. Soloing Siva is one, it's a hands check. Two, that boss is just hard to solo because it's very hard to keep high damage uptime on the boss. So you need like way more damage than you actually do, like than you actually should, just to be able to do the boss because it's so hard to, you know, consistently hit the boss like that. Like I think if you can have the damage requirements for soloing CPAP, then you can also do it for Vellum. But it's like, you know, it doesn't really make sense because CPAP is a way harder boss. Also, yesterday night I tried CPAP solo. I could do it now, so I will probably try to solo CPAP from now on. I am super juiced now. It's very hard for me to make any more easy gains. It's just right now I just need to play my weapon and then maybe work a little bit on my B pots. But I feel like the B pots are kind of expensive to do. Like they cost so much just to get them up to legendary. T06 will come today. If you hit like 208, I feel like you should try to look for a Lomian party. But then you had to practice. Oh, dude, you should do the pre-quest. That's what you should do. That shit is ass. It'll take you at least 2 to 3 hours for the Lotus one. Honestly, you guys could probably do Lotus and Damien earlier, I think. Maybe at 208. If there's 6 of you guys. You know, it's kind of crazy though that people are already like pretty much soloing a lot of the end game bosses and the game's only been out for like 3 weeks. People are they're spending money. But I also think that means Hard Lotus and Hard Damien is gonna come out soon because they need to add more hard bosses so people can try to clear them. Maybe in like a month or so though. You know what I need to do? I need to do my Mulong Dojo. I just forget to run it every week, but it's actually good because you get title. Actually, KB, I think you can maybe try it too. You might be top 3. You're definitely not number 1 because I know the number 1 guy. Yeah, just try it out. I don't know if you'll be top 3, but you could just try it out. Maybe you'll get top 3. It gives you very little damage though compared to some other stuff you can get, but it's free damage, you know. Time to start Arcane Season 2. Ah, you locked in for the grind, huh? I'm so sad. 17 days and nothing good drop. Bro, what bosses are you doing? Are you soloing the bosses? There's no way you haven't got anything after 17 days. If you're soloing the bosses and you have no drops in 17 days, you're either one, the unluckiest person in the world, or two, you're just soloing the bosses, you know? Because I've seen people play this game for a long time and they have at least gotten something. Would it be possible in the future to make a video on damage or priorities for improving overall damage? Yeah, so I am planning on making a enhancement video, but I was just waiting for the enhancements to all drop to a reasonable level before making it. But I think they haven't mellowed out this week, but they started to come into a place where it's like I can kind of give people advice, right? Um, but yeah, I'm planning on making like a gear video, and then I'll also try to explain like what stats are very important and what you should be looking out for, and like what kind of stats you should prioritize when looking for items and everything. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's pretty confusing, yeah, for sure. I mean, this game is really just like layers of damage, right? You want to get damage in every single piece of source as you can get. Attack and stats kind of weird for me. Yeah, so I will try to make a enhancement video. I just need to work on it. But this that video it will explain like what you should be prioritizing for what items, right? So I only recently learned for bonus potentials that it's okay to get flat attack. But that's just something I didn't know before, and that's just something that I'm still learning too. You know, 'Cause I only knew what to do for the main potentials. I didn't know what to do for the bonus potentials. So I just recently learned that. Yeah, yeah. So if you happen to hit flat attack on your B pots, especially if it's like 10 or anything above 10, it's actually pretty good. Also, I think I forgot to say good morning to bro, man. Good morning, bro. I'm early grinding today. It's not really early, but We're grinding out here. Trying to get to 215. I don't know how these motherfuckers train to 216 already. You see, Jeff? I think he's 216. 217. Like, does this guy not sleep? Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Oh, yeah, on your end? Okay, good morning to you, bro. Sleep is for the weak, dude. Honestly, I want to play, like, I want to grind more, but I need to balance everything, right? Because I still want to try to live a balanced life, like go out and all that stuff. But it's kind of hard to like grind all the time, you know. And I still gotta like try to make videos and shit too, so I can help people out. Is the U mushroom pet still worth to pick it at current prices? Well, if you had to choose between like getting gear or getting the U mushroom, I would choose gear instead. Because I think the U mushroom is kind of expensive and it's not permanent, you know? And just think about how much you would have to grind for you to make that money back. I think right now I make, you know, actually you could make it back in a week or two, but then, you know, it just depends on how much you grind, you know? The more you grind, the more value you get out of the mushroom, I think. So you're grinding like 6 hours a day, it's probably fine, but you're grinding like 30 minutes a day, then you should just get equipment. Yeah, so that's what I would do. Yeah. If you grind a lot, get you and pick it up. Hey, good morning, bro. Plus, I think times to pick up NESO. Yeah. It definitely does pick up time, and also you lose out on EXP because you don't grind as efficiently. Honestly, if you have a vac pet, you should just be grinding all the time. You know, make that money. It's basically, well, it's not really free money because you're playing the game and spending time on the game, but I mean, it's fucking free money. You know. Bro, y'all gotta try to do that CPAP run, bro. I'm trying to see that pop mark. It's actually a pretty decent drop rate right now, I think. Like 3%. That's not bad. Like one person is gonna hit the pop mark within the next month, I think. But like I don't know, like the item is good, but holy shit, I would not pay like top dollar for that. Can you show the overall status? Are you talking about my stats? I'm 14k stat, but I'm also using my thing, so I'm usually sitting around 15k stat. Oh, you want a really in-depth look at my equipment? You can just look my name up on the navigator. I'll show you every single piece of equipment I have. Actually, yesterday I got really lucky. I was trying to work on my glove a little bit because it was unique and had only had decent sharp eyes on it. So I wanted to roll this line, which was 8% critical damage and also a decent sharp eye. So it's basically like a Fugazi double prime. And I ended up getting this in like 3 cubes from unique to legendary, and it was the first cube on the tier up. So I was like, holy shit, I'm lucky for once. But now I know that fucking luck is gonna come bite me back in the ass or something. Yep, it's pretty nice. But right now it's hard. It's hard for any more damage gains, honestly. It's just levels, and then if I want to do the B pots, but the B pots are just expensive. Just that will just take time. Maybe I can work on some other stuff, like the emblem. I can actually work on the. It's only 2-line / 3-line usable. The crit, I don't need it as much now, but I mean, ideally this is 40-39 or 40 or like 12-30-30 or something like that. You know, basically 3-line usable and it's better. But I'm not sure if that's something I want to work on right now. And the next thing is also the belt. I need to work my pink bean belt. Can you show me your pet monkey? Yeah. It got the magnet effect, but that's the only thing it has. The magnet effect is the backpack effect. Also, if any of you guys need a gear review, you want me to review your gear, just type in your name and I'll help you guys out if anyone wants one. Oh, something just sold. I just got a lot of money out of nowhere. Let me see what I got. Oh, it looks like my neophyte ring sold. Let's get it, baby. Got extra 30 mil. I mean, I have another one on sale. Maybe that one sells too, you know? You excited for your juicy shoulder on Wednesday? Dude, I can't believe you got that shit. That was crazy. Cinema, bro. I'm telling you. Cinema. I called that shit. Honestly, the shoulder is good, but I would just get it to like 16 star and then maybe like 2 line on legendary. I think you just keep it there. I feel like it's good, but the Absolute shoulder is different. It hits one. No one hits better. Also, today, some guy out there, he spent 16K to get Absolute gloves. So he bought all the coins in the coin thingy, like the marketplace. He used 16K, and then he used money to enhance it to 17 star and get it to legendary for everything. I was like, what the fuck? Bro spent 16K. That's like for one item. That's crazy. Honestly though, that's what the game needs, you know? They need those heavy spenders. Yeah, that's crazy though. I mean, like that's what we need. What are there thresholds when starring? What are the gains? Yeah, so usually the important areas I think are 11 star and then it's 16 star, 17 star. So 11 stars, the reason why it's fine is because you don't drop any stars until anything past 11. So you're pretty much, it's not like guaranteed, but you know, you have really good odds of the potential or the Star Force increasing your damage. But besides that, the next threshold is 16 star. And the reason why 16 star is so valuable is because you start getting attack, like just flat attack onto your equipment. So you look at right here, I'm getting plus 24 attack, and that's because these gloves go up to 17. So the attack gives you a ton of damage. And that's over all of your equipment too, so it adds up really fast. That's like over 100 damage or something with just everything 17 star or something like that, right? But then the reason why 17 is so hard is because the you usually want to use major failure prevention. You want to use this thing, but it adds so much cost to the enhancement. So that's why 16 is more feasible for people because it's like you don't have to try to go with 17. 17 could just you could just get stuck and just lose all your money. But yeah, 16 and 17 are very, very good. Those are the areas I think that the majority of players should just stop at. That's where I'm pretty much stopping at, which is like I think it's good enough. You can clear like almost every single piece of content in the game with 15 16 7 oh sorry 16 and 17 star, but just a harder content you're probably gonna have to duo with people with duo or trio. But like once you are finished with every single item is legendary, fake 3-line or something, you know? Fake 3-line, legendary everything, and then your B pots are also good, like 2 to 3 line. That's when you start trying to push past 17 star. And there's also this other thing that people do, it's called rouletting. And basically how it works is you basically go around in a circle, right? So let's say this glove is 17 right now, right? And I have the cape and the boots at 18 and the pants at 18, right? That means I would only work on the glove till 18 star. If it goes 18 star, then I work on the next item. And then I go around in a circle till 19, 20, and so on. And that way you get to keep as much damage as you can. But the issue with that is it just takes forever to finish your gear. But I think that's kind of like what the meta is going to be, is to roulette. I don't think that people are going to just hard shove to 22 star like they do in like what Maple is right now. They'll go around slowly because every single piece of damage that you can get is so valuable in this game. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'm gonna explain all this inside like the video when I make it later on. It's just gonna take some time to make that video because it's like I want to explain everything, like what cubes to use and all that stuff too. We will be waiting that video. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I mean it might take me a little bit of time because I have one more video in line. And then it just takes me a while to record and edit everything because I also still want to play the game too. And I also want to stream so I can help people with whatever questions they have. So it's kind of hard to do everything. And I also have to run bosses and practice and all that stuff too. So it's very hard to find time sometimes. But if you have specific questions, you come in and stream, then it's way easier. I can just explain it. Yeah. I appreciate that. I don't really think that there's many people making content or even giving like good information, honestly. Like, I don't really watch any MapleStory and creators. I don't really know if there are any besides me. But regardless, it's like there's maybe only 5 people, maybe 10 people I would take advice from in this game. Do you have a recommendation for 155? I feel like I can't clear 100% of cafe. Are you training in the Starforce map or are you training in a non-Starforce map? Because if you're training in the Starforce map or non-Starforce, I mean, Buck might have a little bit of harder time. Their training is just a bit worse than other classes. But let me see if I can find it for you. I believe it's this map. This is the map that I usually train at. I mean, you're not gonna 100% full clear, but that map has the best spawn rate for non-Star Force. It's right next to the espresso machines, I think. And if you're already training there, then I think that's that's I mean that's the best map in my opinion. I got all my info from normal MapleStory creators before finding you, but it was difficult because we have so many things that we don't. Yeah. I agree with you. The same MapleStory game or like the regular MapleStory is very, very different. So, when I make content, it's specifically tailored to what we have in this game. Because I know that, if we want to make this game better, we gotta make the players understand every single part of the system and stuff like that. Should I get normal sub weapon or evolving one? The evolving one is slightly better. You get like 2 extra attack from the normal one. I mean, the damage is not significant at all, and there's you will not feel it, nor will you what will it make you be able to like solo a boss, right? But I mean, like if it's not that much different, then I would just get the evolving one. But realistically, it probably doesn't matter. What do you mean by do the roles change? Are you talking about Like the cubing and stuff like that? Like, what do you mean by that? Oh, on pots for evolving? Oh, I don't think so, but you would have to look that up. I think it should cost the same though. I mean, if it was cheaper, then I would do the cheaper one for sure. Like it's not even a debate at that point. In terms of enhancing. You know, like I thought that the EXP would slow down a lot at these levels, but I feel like it's still kind of fast. Like I just leveled up yesterday, and I think I could still hit 10% easily. It's more as far as I understood, the emblems are different. Yeah, silver and gold. Yeah, pretty much. The only the secondary, I think it's all the same. The silver and gold emblem is way different. The silver one it's definitely worse. I don't know if I would say it's way worse, but it's definitely not as good. Like it's not optimal at all. But you know, as a budget option, it's very good. And like you can clear every piece of content with it. It's just the harder stuff. Don't expect to be able to solo. That's it. I mean, gold emblems are so expensive these days, right? So for the majority of players, it's out of their reach. Also, yesterday, guys, we managed to find a party for Lotus and Damian, and we got some pretty crazy drops. I'm gonna show you guys. So Lotus, we got the first gloves, archer gloves. So this is pretty nice. And then we got 5 of the coins total. And then for Damien, I didn't get anything, but my party did, and they're gonna give me one token. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, honestly, the runs weren't that difficult. My party is pretty juiced, but I think you know, Damien is so easy because I've done him so many times, and that boss I can do him in my sleep. It says Lotus Part 1 is so ass. So ass. It's the boss is just annoying to deal with. Damn, congrats. What are your average stats for your team? Oh dude, my BM is insanely juiced. You guys know who Keto is? He's probably the most juiced player, honestly, in the game right now. But his stats were like 24K or something. 25K maybe? Yeah, he's fucking juiced. And then the other guy was 15K, so he's like me. But I'm more juiced than him because I have better items. But I think that the boss is very clearable duo. But you know, it's just harder because you gotta get through P1 for Lotus. And I think Damien is very doable as a duo. Let's see. Part of the first clear? Yeah, Keto was part of the first clear, yeah. I also play Shadow 173. According to you, which map should I form? Wait, 173? See. Let's see. 173. I think I still trained here. I trained here to like 170 something, like 177. Once you're out of the level range, then I would go to I mean, you just need to train 3 levels. You need to get to Hyperion. So I think maybe Hall of Honor, or you can go aliens too. It really just depends. Oh, you can also go Critias. You almost 6K stat. I mean, you know, just take the game one step at a time. You know, even 6K stat, you can still party up and do a lot of content. Like for me, I'm just very I like to clear all the end game stuff, and you know, I'll do boss runs for 30 minutes, and I'm completely fine with that too. You know, it's just something I like doing. But it's how I enjoy the game. Is just trying to min max, try to get as far as I can. I think that for me. That's fun. But I mean, for the majority of players, I think that they should just take the game slowly. They'll enjoy it way more. And then once you are able to get to that spot, then you'll enjoy the game just as much. I think. Honestly, it's been a pretty long time since I trained at the lower levels. But I mean, I usually just follow the guide. But once you get to Twilight Perion, it's pretty much just you just train at Fest 2. That's it. General progression of the character is pretty fun. Yeah, I really like the progression. It's just I wish there was more like progression based system that didn't include like anything to do with NESO, right? I wish there was something like you can farm. Like right now, technically you can get flame shards from farming, but I think they need to make it more like apparent and gradual. So once they add more progression based systems that don't have anything to do with like gambling or money spending, I think the game will be way better because it just gives people ways to get stronger without any sort of RNG, I feel like. And then, people can be more would be way more free to play friendly. Still struggling with Cygnus? Yeah, the boss you just gotta practice, honestly. My friends just cleared normal Cygnus yesterday, so they're still working on it too. But Cygnus is a nice boss to be able to solo because once you solo it, you get some pretty decent loot. I have to always weigh in the pros and cons of an upgrade. It makes so much work. Yeah, the problem with this game is a lot of times, you can go in with a lot of money, and then you might just end up either getting weaker or getting nothing out of it. So like, for example, when you're trying to push items to like 16 star, right? I always tell my friends you gotta go in with a lot of money because if you don't go in with a lot of money, you might just get nothing. How do I get rebirth flames? Yeah, so you gotta do the Critias daily missions. So you gotta do the pre-quest first, and then you do the daily mission, and then you get this item called Light Flame Collector. You use it, kill 2k mobs, and that's how you get the flames. You get these flame shards right here. Ember of Life. Pretty easy to do. Any tips for Cygnus? Is solo still kind of far away? You might not be able to solo it. It just depends on the rest of your gear, right? Because you can't just have 6k stat. You also have to have good weapon, good secondary, and good emblem. Everything is really important. It's not just hitting that magic number and then all of a sudden you're strong enough. It's a combination of everything. It's the stat number is really the only thing that people use to base how strong a person is because it's like kind of the most accurate way to do it. But realistically speaking, it's still not a great way to do it. Like some people could be 14k stat and some people could be 17k stat, and the 14k stat guy might be stronger just based off of his weapon, emblem, and secondary potentials, or maybe on his V pots he has insane like attack lines or something. It just really depends. They don't really have a great way to gauge power level. That's like the one of the bigger issues too. That I think they can make that a little easier for people to know how strong they are. Yeah, the flame drops can also drop randomly. I think they drop randomly from E bosses, but I've never gotten one. So I don't know. I think they don't exist for me. I also train a lot too, so I don't know. The drop rate on that is very low. What are the stats to aim for on main / secondary and emblem? So you usually want to get. Let me see. You want to get so basically just one of these three, right? You want boss, attack, or ignore enemy defense. You ideally want a total of 3 ignore enemy defense on your weapons, secondary, and emblem. So as you can see here, I have 2 on my emblem, and then I have 1 on my secondary. So 3 is usually ideal for most people. I have 4 though. because that's just what I have. I don't know if my setup is good or I can min max it, but you want a combination of 3 IED and then the rest you just fill up with whatever you hit because it's too expensive to min max for the best of the best. You know, you should just be happy with whatever you get and then try to work on it later when you want to min max some more. And then for your B pots, these are also important. You want to go for attack, like percent attack. Very, very important. But of course, B pots, you know, they just take time to do and they're very expensive, but they give you a ton of damage. I'm hoping that this week we get some sort of update from the team, like some sort of teaser for next week or something. I think that um after this week, the or after next week, the event ends for the boosted rewards. I don't think they would have like an empty week for like with nothing, you know. I think they gotta keep it going with that event. So I'm really hoping they do something fun. Like maybe it would be nice if they had a check-in event, right? Where you check in every day, you kill like 1K mobs or something. Um, and then you check in, and then maybe after 2 weeks or something, you get like 1 flame. Like that would be nice. An anti-cheater announcement at some event. Yeah, honestly, they need to get rid of the botters too. I'm surprised like they haven't they haven't been able to figure that one out. I feel like that should be like #1 priority. Yeah, I think that is actually probably one of the biggest issues right now. It's just very bad. It makes the experience for the newer players even worse because they take all the money in the early drops. You feel like the market will look so much different without this influx of NESO? Yeah, probably. I mean, dude, the event is crazy, right? We get so much money just from farming, and the boss drops are insane too. I mean, they're for sure nerfing it after this event, but I mean, we kind of needed like a bootstrapping phase, right? Because they're giving us a lot of resources, but I think that it's very necessary because it kickstarts the economy a little bit more, and then you know they tone it back down. Like they basically turn on the money printer, you know, and then they tone it back down, and then they start releasing like good content and shit like that, and then the game is in a pretty good spot, I think. I'm gonna be right back for 1 second. All right, back. Come on, give me a 2 times. I might have to buy it. Okay, I'll set. Oh, there it is. I'm trying to get higher levels, so I actually should be trying to aim for the 2 times coupons. Because now the levels actually matter. Because if I want to solo the content, then I gotta be as strong as I can be. Also, right now I think there's a streamer event or something. But I mean, I'm just gonna give my opinion. I don't know one person that plays the game that kind of gives a fuck about that. Just had to rewind. I was making an in and out order. Thanks for the tips. Okay, I'm getting there. I have 2 ID lines. Just gotta work on those B pots and magic attack. So aside from ID and boss damage, yeah. So I would just try to get as much magic attack or boss damage as you can now, since you already have the 2 ID lines. And then on the B pot, I would work on getting magic attack. Like if you're still like, since you're 6k stat, maybe just go for 3% or 6% if you have epic on the B pot. But right now it's pretty expensive to B pot stuff, so maybe you can wait like next week or something. I don't know. The event is kind of crazy. Maybe star forcing costs will also go down. It's really expensive right now. Well, I mean, if you want like a really comfortable clear, then yeah, you have to make like pretty hard upgrades. I have no idea about the streamer event. Yeah, so basically they have like this streamer clash thing. The requirements are you have to have 1k subscriber on YouTube and Twitch or something like that, But I think it's weird because it's like a marketing campaign that they're trying to do. Well, I just feel like no one gives a fuck about it. If I'm being real. I don't know. I feel like it's too much money for like, not a lot of result in my opinion. But the point of it is just try to get people that are within like the streaming world to try out the game and then try to onboard new users. What boss percentage damage should I aim for overall? Well, it just depends on whatever you hit, Like I mean, like I don't think the percentage really matters as much as what you end up hitting, because sometimes you just hit it and then you just have to keep it. Because like, a lot of times, like you might hit something that isn't the best, but you should just keep it because the damage difference is very marginal. Do you think this is going to take them long for them to release Fifth Job? I think they said it'll take them at least a year. So if you want my answer, I'll tell you what they said. It'll probably take a year. The game is way better with Fifth Job, and I want it to come out too, but I think they want to let the game kind of like marinate for a little bit. Because if Fifth Job comes out, all the content that's in the game right now pretty much becomes clearable, even with like really, really bad stats. So they'll probably do it when people are consistently clearing a lot of the bosses, and I think they're going to like expedite the like all the content in Arcane River. So instead of having to wait like every year for one fucking boss, they'll probably do like one boss every six months or so. Your emblem is 30, 40, and 9% crit. That's pretty good. I would just keep that. I actually have the exact same thing. So, you just keep that. And then for your weapon and secondary, try to just make them boss and attack. Those two things are good enough. I mean, the game is not balanced around, fourth job either. All the classes in the game were, at least right now, the kit was created when fifth job was released, right? So you have some classes that, they're lacking in a lot of areas. And I just don't think that's really good game balancing, And they're not gonna balance the game because fifth job is going to come out. So they're not gonna like just increase the damage of some classes or give them new tools because like there's no point of them doing that. But in return, it makes a lot of classes weaker. I don't really like that that like type of balancing, but that's that's the game we're playing. But once fifth job comes out, then I mean all the classes become way more balanced because people have tools to do everything basically. There's just not like some classes just don't have anything right now, honestly. They just have one button and then that's it. Yeah, buff Shad, honestly. It's crazy though, because I was thinking about swapping over to Nightwalker, but like I don't know. I feel like Shadower just might be the class I stick with. Like the reason why I want to play Nightwalker was because they have like super chill farming, right? You get a bite farming where you just stand in one spot and you can just hold a button down and then you clear the whole map basically, right? But the issue with that is that one, you need to be extremely funded so you can one shot the mobs in the first place. So I don't even know if I was willing to shell out the money. And two, I think that Shadower just fits my playstyle better. I'm so used to playing the class. I'm so comfortable now too. Buff Bowmaster. Yeah, honestly, BM needs some buff. Honestly, they ain't doing too hot. I feel from what I've heard. From what I've heard, I would buff Bowmaster too. Not sure if it's lack of fit job, but went on my con yesterday. I felt so OP compared to your IL. Oh yeah, honestly, you'll probably have way more fun playing a juice character than what you have in this game. This game it takes so much money to get juiced. I used my U mushroom on my Buck and only now realize he's not that good at mobbing. Yeah, Buck is not that good at farming, but they're one of the best solo bossers in the game. And they get way better at fifth job. So I would rank their mobbing like a B minus, and then their solo bossing like a A plus. So you're trading off you know, mobbing for pretty good bossing, but you play Shadower, they're good at both. They have insane mobbing, and then they have probably the best solo bosser in the game. Actually, they are the best solo bosser in the game. I don't think there is a debate about that. Maybe Ice Lightning could be debated as a really good competition, but I don't know. I think Shadower is way better. Honestly, though, I think Buck is like if you don't like playing it, then I don't know. Like you can just switch off. But there's so many benefits to Buck, right? They have like their gear should be cheaper, right? Because no one plays fucking pirates. Actually, I don't know the price of any pirate equipment, so don't quote me on that. But I feel like it should be cheaper. It's a bit cheaper, yeah. I kind of had a feeling. I feel like no one really plays pirate that much. I think that the most popular classes are like mages and thieves. I think everyone that plays thieves, like if you're playing Night Lord, they're playing that class because of nostalgia. But they want to play a real OP class, they gotta play Shadower. It's also nice, kind of nice playing like a popular class too, right? Because if you have weapons or any items that you're done using, it's much easier to find a buyer than if you were to play like a class that is like unpopular, right? Because let's say, for example, if I were to sell like some of my equipment, I think it would be way easier to find a person that's willing to buy my item than if I were to play something like a warrior right now. NL becomes OP later. They become really good because like once fifth job comes out, they become like one of the best burst classes. So they can just do so much damage inside a burst rotation. Buck number one. Honestly, Buck is good. They also have perma echo because of their time leap. And they're also super good in party. Like if I had a buck as a party member, I get double smoke screen. That's fucking crazy. They basically Buck basically makes Shadow even more OP. Buck is good. Yeah, Buck is super good. Very, very good. It's just their their mobbing is not that great. That's it. But I mean their mobbing gets way better in Fit Job. They pretty much become like a top 5 mobber, I think. Once they get Fit Job, their mobbing becomes insane. They just had to get to Fit Job. Honestly though, like yeah, I mean it is what it is, right? You trade you know, the power to solo boss with the power to mob. They just need a bishop friend. Yeah, pretty much. The bishop is crazy mobbing. They train so fast and it's really chill too. And they become even better at fit job. I think fit job coming soon. I hope it comes soon. If it comes soon, the game will be way more fun, right? I mean, they already have like everything created, you know? It's not like they don't have it. They just got to release it at the right time. That's it. But there's so many other systems that they need to release before I feel like they release Fit Job. I missed the locker so I could share gear between mages. Yeah, that's the one thing about this game that is kind of annoying. Is you can't really you know, move gears that easily, but they do that to prevent people from, you know, mass farming bosses with one set of gear. Because if that was the meta, I would have like 20 shadowers and all I would do was farm CRA and then the game would just become like, you know, boss farming simulator only. It would just become way too OP. So that's why they had to do that. They can do it one day, 10 days is too much. Well, the reason why is because of the how the weekly reset works, you know? Because if they did it one day, then people could still do the weekly reset bosses. So they do 10 days. Yeah, yeah. Because that's what actually was happening about was happening to the game inside of the Pioneer test. People were they actually just, you know, stopped like just stopped training and they just started hard creating boss mules and then they just started selling CRA for RMT. That was what the meta became. Oh yeah, no problem about the Necro advice. I think Necro is pretty good. Like it's not as good as a lot of the other gear, but I mean it's way cheaper to enhance. And you can actually make some progress, you know? I will play IL, I'll roll for Buck. IL make me tired. Really? I feel like a lot of people like IL. I think that if I had to recommend classes for solo bossing right now, I would recommend Buck, IL, and Shad. Not in that order though. I would put Shad and then Buck and then maybe IL or IL and then Buck. I don't know what's better. But IL is I think is a good class, you know. They have a bind. Having a bind is crazy. Especially in like Damien. Like Damien is so annoying. You need a bind to make that boss a little easier to hit. And then just in Vellum, they provide a lot of utility by being able to bind. I don't know, that class is just good. The 10-day log is annoying though. It doesn't make the game like fun, but that's just kind of what we have to deal with. I just wish they made more like they need to make more cheap gear. That's it. More budget builds and shit. I will try to make an IL after hit 200 my Shad. Sounds fun. Yeah, I actually have an IL that I bought, but then I was like, dude, I don't want to spend money to fund it. So now it's just sitting there in my account. I see Buck fifth class or 5 class is dope as fuck. That too. You're talking about the fit job, right? Yeah, they're dude, Buck is crazy at fit job. They become like even better. They're DPM demons literally. Like that class is so good, and it's really fun once they get their whole kit too. Like I feel like the the game feels so much emptier without the fit job skills, because then the game isn't really about bind and burst. You know, the game is pretty much just DPM the whole time. But I think that the game as it is right now, it requires way more skill than when it becomes bind burst. When the game becomes bind burst meta, the game is so much easier to do bosses on. Because right now you have to like pretty much play well the whole time. When you have bind and burst, you just have to play well during the time you need a burst. And then yeah, you still got a DPM, but I don't know. Feels way easier to play with the bind. It will eventually have everything MS has. Yeah, it will. It'll just take time. It's just kind of annoying though, because like, you know, they could have at least made a lot of the quality of life changes to this game that that we have in MapleStory, like GMS or whatever. But I mean, we just don't have it. By the way, did they change reflect? I don't think so. Are you talking about damage reflect? Not sure. Need that bowmaster fit job ASAP. I heard they got really strong. Yeah, BMs are very very good in fit job. Actually, every class is really good. But BM in particular, they become like, this is what they do. They put all their burst skills from 1 through 9, and they just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then they do a lot of damage. It's very easy. That class is insanely easy to play, but they're very good. Right now, you guys are struggling because you guys just hold down Hurricane and walk around, but you guys do no damage. What link skills do you recommend doing first? I think either Archer or Mages. Should I get Zakum as first weapon? I mean, ideally you get the Necro, but if it's cheaper to get the Zakum and you need it, then do it. Is Marksman the best bossing class currently? I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're good. I don't know how their damage is though, because it's hard to kind of gauge how much damage a class does, because we don't really have like any hard data on that. It's just from what other people say. So I don't actually know if they're really good damage wise, but their kit is good. Yeah, like last week I was doing bosses because last time I hit reflect incident, now it shows. Oh, I think that's how it always worked. Maybe last week, maybe it was like server lag or something. But you should always see like ones before DR kind of applies, and then that's when you know how when you can hit it, or when it starts activating. So it's like a small grace period before it activates. Because I have all bossing meals, it feels like they're the best. I mean, that's good to know, because then for me, I'm just collecting data from what other people say. I just think that Marksman's kit is very good because they can deal with at least the 3-door very easily, and then even Lotus they're very good in. Do boss rifles get nerfed when completing a party, or same as soloing? You should always try to solo bosses. If you're in a party, you split the rewards. But always try to solo. The only time you shouldn't solo is when it's literally impossible to do the boss without soloing. Like you literally don't have enough damage, or you just don't have the hands to do it. Then maybe you can look to duo. But you should always try to solo if you can. It's way better, and it's how the game is going to. It's what the game is going to revolve around. It's being able to solo bosses, and if you don't have enough damage, then being able to duo/trio. Yeah, last week I would die before the icon paused. It was tilting. Yeah, it might be server lag. Sometimes the game like it's a little buggy. Honestly, actually the game is extremely buggy. A lot of the bosses, I was watching my friends do some of the boss content yesterday, and like at least for Bon Bon, the boss was just teleporting everywhere. Like it I don't know. Like that's the thing. They're 100% not going to do any of these fixes because they're going to just reuse like old code or whatever from the game, and I don't think they want to put in the dev time to do anything like that to fix like the bosses in the game. But it's a fucking annoying ass problem. I mean, I could be wrong though, you know. But we need a lot of like bug fixes for the bosses. Like right now, it doesn't even feel fair. Bonleo went invisible for me like 30 seconds less. He has such mechanics. No, I don't think that he has any mechanic like that. I just think that the boss bugs out sometimes. There are times where literally the boss would just disappear for 30 seconds. And if a boss disappears for 30 seconds, if you're in a boss and you require those 30 seconds to clear, like that's not even your fault. That's the game's fault, you know? Like they shouldn't have bugs like that. But they're not gonna fix it because I don't think they want to put in the manpower to fix those bugs because all these content and like they pretty much get washed out like after a whole year. Marksman is best. Trust me, the class doesn't die and has good damage and built-in skills with final damage and IED. Okay, well, if there's a marksman that starts soloing Lotus and Damien, and I can look at their gear, then I will know for sure answer. I think that for sure marksman is good though. Like, don't get me wrong, I think they're good. They're for sure better than Bowmaster. It's just right now, it's just hard to judge how strong a class is because no one has collected all the data. It's crazy. I saw a video on AVAX Summit. I think devs get a good chunk of NXPC for development. Not really. I think they get like like 2 or 3%, something like that. It's actually not that much. But if you are a developer that is trying to build stuff on top of the ecosystem, then I think that they have like a ecosystem fund for that. But as far as we know, we haven't seen any builders yet. So, the game has only been up for 3 weeks or so. So we will likely start to see more projects come out soon. Either through events, collaborations with other crypto projects or something. What do you mean they will be the first? Oh, you mean the first solo for Lotus and Damien? Someone's already soloed Lotus, and it was definitely not a marksman. I think there's maybe one marksman out there that I know that is pretty juiced, but I haven't seen him like his gear at all. I heard bow class is broken right now in normal Maple. I think so, yeah. Honestly though, like the way that the game is balanced, it's always changing, Sometimes the class is ass one year and then they come out with the big update and then they become really broken. It happens all the time. So, all you gotta do is like stick with the class that you like. Eventually they'll become strong. But usually it's better if you play a class that historically is strong, because that way you don't get shafted by whatever. I think every class is user funded. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, every single class in this game can solo every single piece of content. Some classes it will just require more funding than others. They have to do something for NLs. Honestly, they gotta they gotta wait until the fit job comes out, then they get saved. They get the saving grace. I think Shad is the most stable class. Yeah, they're pretty much always at least top tier / in the middle of the pack. The thing is, the one meta they didn't fit in was the bind and burst meta, because Shad's burst isn't that good, but their DPM is very good. But then just recently they did like a huge overhaul for the systems inside KMS, and I think Shadow is really good again. So it's like just pick a class that you like and just stick with it. I mean, all of them they're gonna change up and down. So you're never gonna be able to play the best class all the time because they always buff and nerf classes. Yeah, I think Shadow is really good. They just lose out on a lot of like their OP-ness when more classes get like more like different types of utility. Because right now they're one of the only classes that gives some sort of AoE damage that isn't like Bishop or something. Um, like they're the only class that can do that, and they also have like just insane utility for Darkseid and stuff like that. Who soloed Lotus? Jet soloed Lotus. He soloed Lotus, I think. That's what I've heard. Don't quote me on that. That is just what I've heard. He's a shadower. I want to play lazy farmer class. Forget the name. That's gonna be when my own comes out. There's two lazy farming classes. One is Nightwalker, and the other one is Demon Slayer. But the issue with Demon Slayer's farming is, I think that maybe the way that they farm in the regular game, it would either one get nerfed or two, they might like I don't know, they would have to change something of how their skill works because I don't think they would want people to TP farm. I think it's too crazy. But then Nightwalker is the other one. I mean, I think Demon Slayer is a very good class to main in GMS. They're so OP. At least when I was playing, they might have gotten nerfed, honestly. But their farming is so good. It's super lazy. It's even better with 6-drop too. I would play Demon Slayer if I don't know. I feel like it's just that the class, the way that it works is I don't know if they would allow something like that in this game. It would be too crazy. Pretty sure he's on top still, according to the list I saw, just from the farming. Yeah, the thing is, farming is just like being able to. You pretty much can infinitely farm AFK, and all you have to do is like monitor the monitor just in case like something happens. But you can pretty much just like AFK fucking watch Netflix all day or something. Nightwalker is best by far. Yeah, but I think Nightwalkers they didn't get as much gains from all the new changes that are coming over as some of the other classes did. But they are, I still think, a very good class. I wanted to main Nightwalker in this game, but I don't know. I don't know if I will anymore. It's just having to also like find a claw and all that. It's going to take a lot of fucking work. My type of gameplay I used to make the Autobot build on PoE. Yeah, you probably like you probably like Demon Slayer. That class is honestly illegal. If I could change any of my characters to any class, it would either be Demon Slayer or Nightwalker if I was still playing GMS. Those classes are just too crazy. I mean, it would probably be Demon Slayer because Demon Slayer, they have like actually if Demon Slayer was in the game right now, I think they'd be a pretty good class because they have 2 iframes, making a lot of bosses like way easier. Actually, now that I think about it, when Cygnus Knights come out, I think that those classes, their kits are just very strong. Some of them are going to be like really good when they come out. And I think Dawn Warrior is going to be good because they have an iframe. That means they're going to be way better at just bossing in general. But we don't know if their damage is going to be good. But they have like some sort of support and a bind. Future is bright. Yeah, dude. There's so much content that's gonna come out. Like I just really want it to come out so we can play those things already. I'm trying to play like different classes or something. Like I would maybe consider training up some Cygnus Knights just so I can see how they feel in this game slash environment. Can we get live enhancing next time you do an item? I would do it, but I don't really know what I want to upgrade next. I'm kind of capped in a sense. I'm not gonna Star Force anymore. The only thing I'm gonna really do with my B pots, like this one, and some of my rings, you know. Well, I don't know. I'll try to do more live enhancements, but I gotta figure out what you want to work on in the first place. I'm not like capped in terms of damage, but it's very marginal for whatever I can get now. For at least for the amount it costs. I'm low key kind of thinking about maybe eventually working towards Absolab. Because now that I can clear it inside a party, like over like 1, 2, 3 months or something, I'll eventually get one Absolab equipment, right? And then I'll work on the next piece and then the next piece. And then for those I would be more willing to spend a lot of money on, because that gear I think I will pretty much keep forever. It would be very hard for me to justify trying to push it any farther. Like, even with Arcane gear, even though Arcane is one of the better, it's like gonna be insane. But I think you can clear a lot of content with Absolab gear still. Is that the best? Absolab gear is going to be the best inside of this game when, well, it is technically the best, but it's kind of like weird because I think that the best right now is you use a mixed set, so CRA plus Absolab. Do you think it's worth 10 starring Royal on the Young gear? Yeah, I think so. I think that if you're going Von Leon gear, you should try to get it to 17 star or 16 star eventually, because that's the point of going Von Leon, right? So you can get those to 16 star. Is 100k crystal a lot for a black cube for Z belt? Yeah, it's a lot. I would just wait. How long does it take to get all Fafnir by clearing CRA? This week I'm getting 5 of the little energy things. Because you get 3 from like the 3 door, and then Vellum you get 2. But then the event isn't gonna last forever. So it just depends. But I'm getting 5 this week. So maybe if I get super lucky, it takes 3 weeks. Cubes are crazy right now. Yeah, they are. I mean, people are horny to enhance. Some of the stuff went down a lot, and then they went back up. Like the enhancement cost. Like the emblem was like way cheaper to do. Now it's way more expensive. But I think that, I don't know. It feels like the game is growing. I don't know. I could be wrong though, but I think that there's so many players coming in, and I always feel like every channel is packed. I could be wrong though. I'm waiting for Thursday, Friday to get Sharp Eyes. Dude, Sharp Eyes is so big. It's pretty easy to hit though. You have good odds. With the prices shooting up, kind of feels like it. Yeah, I think so. I think that this event just made everything way crazier though, I mean, I'm hoping that it goes down too. Because right now I feel bad for making people, telling people like, to spend, Like, I think maybe if you wait 2 weeks, you'll get a way better deal. You just lose out on the juice rewards. I mean, I'm just thankful that I made the majority of my enhancements last week when it was way cheaper. Is decent speed infusion better than Sharp Eye since you can't cap attack speed? I think it depends, but it might be better in some situations. Like for me, actually, I don't know. I think that extra attack speed might give you more like for certain classes, maybe it gives you like 8 through 10 final damage. That might be better. Progression is important. Killing mobs in 4 or 5 hits is not fun. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that is like Like that was kind of like one of the biggest gripes that I had was like if they made the game where people can easily obtain like one shot status, then it would be very, very good. Like then people can actually farm, you know? Is damage that bad? It's not optimal. It's not horrible, but you know, you don't want to keep it over other things. Because then you just lose out on like a lot of damage if you compare it to something like percent attack or boss damage. But if you have something like attack, boss, and then damage percentage, it's not that bad to keep, but just know that you gotta fix it eventually. Can you show how to config exit lag or how I see my ping? It feels like it's the same. Honestly, I just put automatic and default for everything. I feel like it works fine, but I'm not sure. Because then I know people even from Australia, they play global MapleStory, and then the servers are inside like I think somewhere in the West Coast. And I mean, they say they run it feels like basically running with no lag. I mean, I feel like I'm playing this game with no lag, so I don't know. I just use default setting. Do you have the default setting on? That's what I use. But to be honest, even when this game has no VPN on for me, it's not super laggy. It's just a little bit worse. I think it was way worse in the Pioneer test. That one was horrible. So I opened the Xlite, then I opened the client. Yeah, pretty much. Do you know where their current servers are located? I believe they are located in Japan, but they also did say they are expanding servers to other regions. So I'm not really sure if they did that yet or not. But they wanted to expand it to somewhere in the West. So for like Latin America players and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if they did that yet. But in the Pioneer test, everything was in Japanese servers. One day they will make it EU one, hopefully. Oh yeah, hopefully. And they should. I mean, I'm surprised that this game is even like technically people can play it from everywhere in the world, you know? It's actually the truly global one. There's only two ways you can get inner attack speed, inner ability, and decent speed infusion currently. Yeah, I think those are the two ways. Even Murka's okay for me, like 100 ping. Okay, okay. 100 ping's not the worst. I think that you obviously want to get that down as low as possible. What does attack speed do? By the way, it just makes you attack faster. It's actually very good. But I'm not 100% sure how the attack speed works in this game. I just know that it probably works on every single class right now, except you know, Bowmaster or any Hurricane class. Every class need two to hit the cap. Yeah, it's very hard to get. I just realized I get speed infusion to homies. Yeah, that's why Buck is good because they give speed infusion to the whole party, and along with everything else they do. So time leap and speed infusion, and also being a really good solo bosser. That's why I think they're a really good class. They just suck at farming. Like I would take a Buck in my party because he gives me an extra smoke screen and he makes me attacks faster. He essentially gives me like, you know, 8% final damage, something like that. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but it's very good. Very, very good. Especially on Shadower too. I'm thinking of actually making speed infusion gloves. Not these ones, like a second glove. I can use the speed infusion before I go into a boss, and it makes me do a little bit more damage for 3 minutes. It's not really worth it for the majority of players, but I mean, those 3 minutes you'll feel really juiced. Yeah, the swap tech. I mean, I already have gloves that are made that are sitting at unique, so it wouldn't even cost me that much. I wouldn't really do it like make a fresh glove for that though. I think it costs too much money. Min max, lol, dude. I love it. Min max. Like I live for that shit. I love finding every small optimization I can do to get more damage, and then I like to do like cost analysis to see if it's even worth doing so right now. So that's why I like doing gear reviews for people. Oh, remember when we tried the kiosk room for Queen but it didn't work? Yeah, that shit definitely doesn't work. It definitely does not fucking work. Wait, I thought attack speed is useless for most classes because they're already at cap. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't know how the attack speed works in this game. Um, so it might be useless or it might be better. I actually don't know. I don't think anyone's really tested it out, so I'm not sure how it exactly works. I just know that, you know, if it's based off of what is in like GMS or something, then yeah, like attack speed is really good. I actually don't know. I'm assuming it is good though. Does the attack speed change the skill speed cast time? No, it doesn't. I believe it just does the auto attack, like the main attack. Unless you're talking about like like my main bossing skill, yeah, it does. But it doesn't make like this cast faster. It doesn't make that cast faster. It just makes like the attack speed. It's useless in GMS because MVP potion gets +2 attack speed, which casts most classes. I mean, you still need to run decent speed infusion and monster park pot to reach the attack speed cap. And also on top of that, GMS has attack speed 0, so they some classes still need the inner ability too. I'm a shouter. What link skill is good for me? I'm done with Pirate and Bowman. Do the Mage Link. You want a boss? Do the Mage Link. I hit 32% buff duration on my IO for the first line ability. Can't decide whether to keep it or try. Is that unique or legendary? I think that's unique, right? I feel like eventually you're gonna have to roll off of it, but I mean for now it's good. The buff duration is very OP in my opinion. Like you should try to keep it if you can. Yeah, it's not optimal, but it's probably like you have pretty bad odds, I think, trying to hit the legendary buff duration. I mean, you can try your odds. If simple, your weapon is fast, 4 booster structure, you need 2 more to hit cap. Okay, I mean, I think it depends on the class though, for at least in GMS. Mage Link, that's level 120 IL and 120 FP character, right? And also Bishop. I think maybe in this game, you need both sources to cap out. I don't know though. I mean, if you know, then I guess that's you know that's right. I just don't know. Thanks, loot my idol, bro. You gotta be your own man too. You know. What is your weapon attack speed? It's how the fuck do how the fuck do I check? It's fast. But I appreciate that, my man. Is this Shadower? Yeah, it's Shadower. What are second and third lines in your opinion? Crit rate is always good. And I believe abnormal status, something like that. I think attack speed is only good in GMS because the green potion not available in KMS slash MapleStory N. Allowed for breaking the soft attack speed cap. I think only the green pot allowed for reaching attack speed to 0. Okay. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure about the attack speed stuff, but I mean, I think it's good in this game. Like, at least getting speed infusion. You have so informative for me. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. I'm trying to help out as many players as I can. So, as long as you stay subscribed and you can see all the new stuff I got coming out. Shadower or Buccaneer for boss. Both are good, but I like Shadower more. Abnormal status resistance, I think. I'm not sure if that's good. It doesn't sound good to me. Oh, are you talking about abnormal? I think it's does like 8% more damage to abnormal enemies or something affected by abnormal status. I think it's something like that. That's a unique line though, so it's very hard to get. Good class F early on. Not really sure what you mean by that. Are you talking about Shadower? Shadower's not bad. I mean, they can do a lot of the early bosses easier than other classes probably. Oh yeah, that would be good because everyone is always frozen. Yeah, but I'm not sure if that is what is affecting. If you see me attack some of these monsters, sometimes they have poison, or even if they apply the where is it? The mage link right here. The mage link, it applies a debuff. That one automatically it would affect any of the monsters that you hit anyway, so it's pretty much permanently applied. You know what they need? They need a battle dummy, That way you can actually test out what's optimal or not. But they don't have that. You guys gotta go into a boss and whack them. I haven't tried, but I think there's a battle dojo somewhere in dojo. Oh, honestly, I haven't even done dojo. I should though. I'm strong. I can get at least second place. Do you think PvP will come to MSU soon? I mean, the devs probably won't make anything PvP wise, but I think that someone could make something PvP wise. Although I don't really know how that would be balanced, I like way back then, MapleStory used to have PvP and that shit was so imbalanced. It was fun though, but I don't really know if they will ever do something like that. I think that someone has to build an app or something where maybe they can do PvP. Nice. I'm trying to move all my characters over from Fane to get those link skills. Still don't have any pirates or warriors though. I mean, you just work on that slowly, right? You say attack speed +1 equals 7 FD? I mean, that's a lot. I mean, that sounds really good. I mean, I think right now it's very hard for me to justify switching off of 19 boss. Maybe the speed infusion is better than the crit damage then maybe. I don't know. I mean, 7% is a lot. Maybe PvP event for fun. I mean, if they were able to create some sort of PvP content that was actually balanced and fun, then I mean, I'm down for that. I just don't know how they would make it balanced or fun or even work in this game. Because Can you imagine how PvP would work in this game? Like I cannot imagine it. It would seem so janky. Yeah, it sounds impossible, pretty much. Yeah, like it's I don't even know. Like I think that they would just have to create like a whole new like mini game thingy. Um I don't know. PvP only hands no item buffs. I mean, the thing is, like, there's some classes with just crazier kits than others. Like, imagine you're fucking BM, like Bowmaster, right? You just stand there hurricaning like this. Like, you're just like fucking walking around like this. And then other classes, they have fucking like everything else, you know? That's a universal equation. Look it up. Okay, I mean, I'll probably gotta read into that more, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really familiar with how attack speed like works in general. Let me see what this man's asked. Hey fam, are you following the streamer championship? First place dropped a Neo farming with just 10 attempts. It had a 0.19% chance to. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, but I just do not give a fuck about the streamer event. That's just me personally, because I mean, it doesn't benefit me in any way, and I feel like it's kind of pointless. But yeah, like that's just how I feel about the event. But I mean, that's a pretty crazy drop. The neophyte rings are, they're a crazy drop. They're just hard as fuck to get. Strategic teleport placement. Um yeah, I mean actually the teleporter kind of go crazy in PvP, huh? I don't know. What would be asked? Like fucking warrior or some shit, right? Because they got like no mobility. They just they just get kited. They have one flash jump and they have rush. I don't know. I think that like maybe like a third party app or something, or like not a third party app, but someone would develop like some sort of PvP mode that makes sense, and I think it would be way better than what the devs can cook up. But I don't know what they would do. I mean, they have like a lot of mini games inside of GMS where like you play soccer and shit. I think it would be something like that. It wouldn't be like you battle each other. You play like a mini game against each other, like Fall Guys, some shit like that. Like you do like a race course or something. I think that's the PvP we would get. You're missing on 14 FD, I'm telling you, bro. Well, the thing is, I have to re-roll the inner ability, and that costs a lot of honor. But I mean, I could see the argument for the glove because the glove, I mean, and like I could get decent speed infusion. But I'm planning on doing like a second glove. Like even if I had enough honor, like it's still not enough. I feel like. I mean, 14 FT is a lot though, so maybe I'll consider it if I really need the damage. I mean, I'll tell people that if they hit attack speed +1, I usually tell them to keep it. Like my friend here, he has attack speed +1 on his buck, and I'm not sure if that's optimal, but I would have to check his weapon to see what it does. If it's not optimal, then I'll tell him to switch it off. Most sites say boss damage for Shad. Yeah, it's because of just how attack speed works in um like the other games. You get decent speed infusion from fifth job, so it's like very hard to like kind of say. But I think he might be right, or he's probably right that it's better. But I mean, like it's hard to get attack speed, like regardless. Like you need to get it on the glove or from your inner ability, but the inner ability is it's like RNG, I've tried hitting it on multiple characters and sometimes I just whiff. Like it's not easy to get. That one is the hardest one to roll, specifically because it's one line out of all the lines that you can roll. While boss damage, you can roll like 16, 17, 18, 19%, 20%. So, you have like way more outs. But if I hit attack speed, I would have kept it. Yeah, keep your 19% boss damage. Yeah, I mean, I think for now it's fine because when we get decent speed infusion, then I mean, actually, it might still be better. I don't know. The I think you need more honor first, though. It's not optimal for regular hit mess. Sure, it is optimal. It's probably optimal. It's just hard as fuck to get, right? I think it could be better for me to roll the glove, but I'll double check. I need to see if the if it's a if the decent speed infusion is a prime line, then I don't know if I would roll that. It might cost too much money. I would just make the second glove and I would do the swap tech. I mean, I think maybe Jeth is trying to go for attack speed +1 because he's been re-rolling his pots like every day, so maybe he's trying to go for attack speed +1. I hate this one, dude. Honestly, I don't even like going in the portals, but I don't want to miss out on an emblem. I mean, the EXP is probably still worth it though. I think. You know, my friend, he was playing the one where you shoot the birds, and he didn't know you were supposed to like not shoot like the old looking birds, and he was just shooting all of them. I was like, bro, what are you doing? Aim game, shooting the ugly birds. Yeah, he's doing aim training, bro. It's 4.7 chance. It's only legendary pot, unlike other decent skill. Mm, okay, maybe I'll try rolling a decent speed infusion over the decent sharp eyes. And then my other gloves, I'll keep decent sharp eyes, and I'll just use that for going into the boss. I mean, the decent speed infusion sounds pretty good. 7 FD is way better than 8% crit damage. I'm pretty sure, and also it just makes it way more smooth. Yep, bro. He's any player who understands attack speed will know how important it is. I mean, I know it's important. I just don't know if it's worth going for. That's it. I mean, I'll go for it eventually when I feel like it's worth going for, but I just think my odds are not good right now. That's it. Why are you using pickpocket instead of blood money? Pickpocket hits like more enemies throughout the map, so then it kind of helps me clear more. Because in this one, I believe it like prioritizes the highest HP target. So sometimes it doesn't focus like the whole map. This one helps me clear a little bit more. Yeah. I mean, you could use the blood money one to still farm. You know, I might try the decent speed infusion swap tech. I feel like that low key might be good. But I only really need to do it. I feel like if I'm trying to solo like bosses like Lotus, actually for sure like Damien, I think is very doable to do it because there's a lot of downtime. I heard some people say when NESO explosion one shots, they use ass to farm or something. Wait, what? What do you mean they use ass to farm? Or they get worse to farm or something? I don't know. Oh, they use assassinate to farm. Maybe because it drops more money. I don't know. I've never played like showered to the point where you can just one shot the whole map with money. But that sounds interesting. I'll try it out when I get super strong. I don't think I one shot with the money just alone. Right? Yeah, it's like a two shot still. So I'm very far away. Pickpocket for mobs, blood enemy for bosses. Yeah, I think that's the general thing you should do. Yeah, I mean you need me Giga Juice. I need like fucking 50% more FD. Which I mean I'm probably not getting that unless I get everything to like 21 star or something. Pretty far away from that. I need to use my fucking coupon. I keep forgetting. We got reset soon, guys. You guys get anything good? I got a Ifia ring. Okay. A noble one. Right here. I mean, everything else is like whatever. I need to take a picture of this. You got earrings, 40% needed for. Oh, dude. I hope you get it. I feel like a lot of the boss drops right now, it's like even if you get into the raffle, it's like you're you're like pretty much not guaranteed to win. Because like there's so many more players clearing the content now. You know, but that's how the game is gonna be though, you know? It's going to be like that. Like later on, once everyone starts to clear like a lot of people they say they want Fit Job to come out, but if Fit Job comes out, we're gonna see all that content that is way easier, like all the harder content is gonna be way easier to clear, and then everyone gets nothing. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. 5 mil NASO, 58% raffle for a weekly. Also, why NASOs get lower than 100% on bots? It's because the NASO it also has like raffle like limit as well. So it's kind of like boss drops where there's like a raffle limit. So that's why there's like a it's not 100% guaranteed. But that's how the game is designed because right now the game is specifically designed that it only releases X amount of items, and that's just the inherent design of the game. I mean, is it good or bad? I don't really know. I mean, it's like the first like type of game that's doing this. I feel like maybe there's another one out there, but I don't know. But I mean, yeah, it just means that drops aren't guaranteed. But I mean, that's just how the game is. Do you think Power Links are better than Thief? I have no idea, honestly. I know the flat attack is good, but I don't know if it's better than percent damage good. I mean, that's just something like I really have no idea. Like 12% for 10 seconds. I mean, maybe Power is better. Yeah, the flat stat is good. It's perma, but I don't know if it's better than 12% damage. I mean, I feel like you just have both, you know. Does it give attack? I don't think it gives attack. Okay. Yeah, just use flat stat. I mean, the flat stat is good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if it's better than 12%, but I mean, they're both good, like, regardless, I think. I usually just tell people to get both. Are the links like cheaper now, or are they like around the same price? Because when I bought it, it was like 40 bucks. Best link is Mage. I mean, yeah, that one's pretty good. Gives IED and damage, I think. Only bow cheap? Oh, it's probably because all the hackers. Damn. No one wants to hand train their characters? I guess it's still viable for free to play players. Go train some link characters up for people. I'm doing mage when I hit 200. Okay. I want to try new classes. Yeah, I what I like about links and legion is they give you the ability to try, or they incentivize you to try out new classes. I think that's nice. That's I mean, that's the only reason why I know how to play more than one character. That's for sure. I mean, I'm by no means good at any mages though. I'm horrible at playing mages. Honestly, not a bad way to fund a account free to play. I mean, it's ass, but yeah, I mean, probably better than fucking grinding. I mean, and you get the drops from uh like farming it to 122, right? I mean, I don't know if it's even worth doing though. Just sounds so miserable. I feel like I think I'd rather just go get a job. 120 not hard to get to. Oh yeah, it depends because the cheaters, so they drain on the maps, right? I don't know. I guess it's okay, but not the best. I mean, I could farm it on main, just buy if I want. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, I like being able to buy a link character. I did not want to work on them. It just takes too long, and I would rather do something else. And it's just this game is very, I don't know, like if you're playing like, I don't know, it's just because like it's hard to train the characters up because you don't really get good funding like that. And if you do fund the character to train, it's costs a lot of money. But I mean, like I guess it's like you can do it from like level 0 to 70 or 100 is not that bad, but I think maybe anything past 100 it gets a little bit harder. Because then you have to train like Star Force maps too, right? I mean, you don't have to, but it's better. I mean, there's someone out there that's optimized the 120 link farming. I just don't know what the optimal path is. 1.7 mil floor for pirate 120? Just because no one wants to fucking train a pirate, I guess. They don't want to train Buccaneer. 22. I don't know if it's one day. I think it's like 2 days. That's what I heard. Imagine training Buck. Yeah, you just like going around punching stuff. And Buck training is not that bad, guys. It's just not that good. It's like B minus. I feel like if they just made their like attack more like smooth, it would be way better. It's just the way their attack works. It doesn't really seem that smooth. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a weird chunk, like kind of choppy. I don't know. I use NX weapon to make it look like sort of feel smoother. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know why the fuck I'm using this weapon. I have a real weapon on MC. I haven't even seen it how it looks with it off. I mean, it doesn't really match my outfit though, you know? Fafnir flex? Is it really a flex though? You get everything? Oh wow. I'm punching shadower. I mean, I feel like my fit is not good. You hit 10k on honor box? Nice. I want to be able to hit 100k one. You need 100k. I've seen some people hit it. I haven't hit it yet. Doesn't fit the weapon, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. Definitely doesn't. My fit is horrible. I just used the set. I don't know. I need to dress up my character, but I'm just so lazy. I don't play this game to dress up my character, but I should a little bit. Hmm. I see. I'll put the weapon back on. I feel like this doesn't look right. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like this just matches better. I don't know what the Reaper weapon is. What is the Reaper weapon? I don't. I feel like I should try to make my character look a little bit better because I feel like right now I don't have like a unique look. I look kind of like a bot. I'm also using like a girl's overall. I'm not a girl. It's like a red scythe. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I think the red scythe looks pretty cool then. When I'm juiced, I'm using no NX. I don't know, man. That's like I don't know, like what is that like flexing? Like in another game, I'm trying to think of like the context. But regardless, I just don't like how the default armors look in this game. It's not that nice. Are you gonna play classic MS? I might try it out, but I'm probably not gonna play it. Like I might try it out just for fun, but I think that for me, I like how the new game works, you know? The old game is very interesting though. I like that they're making an old school server for people that have been begging for it. Because people have been begging for it for um like years and years now. So I might just play it for fun, but definitely not like nothing like this game. I just enjoy like the newer MapleStory like progression way more. Old school MapleStory is just trying to just go for a 10 attack work club. I mean that shit's crazy though, right? Just going for a 10 attack work club. And then min-maxing like scrolling and stuff. I don't know. It's too crazy, I feel like. But it's very degenerate and fun though. Fangblade, dude, Fangblade has a very iconic look. Well, I'll give that to him. He's made that warrior helmet like you just it's like pretty much iconic with who he is. Did any of your equips get stuck loading when you move from wallet to game? Yeah, that happens sometimes. I think you just need to relog and then usually it fixes itself after that. Yesterday when I was doing the NFT collection stuff, like that happened to me all the time. Any idea what happened to the NESO burned by fees? I have no idea. I mean, they didn't really say, I think. I mean, someone else could probably find that out. I don't even know where the money from the enhancement goes. Like, does it get burned? Does it go back into monster traps? I don't know what they do. GMs using it to pot. Oh, wow. Can you imagine the GMs degenning the Star Force with our money? I'm pretty sure that if any them want to play the game, they have to also buy NXPC. Or they used it from whatever they made from like they made from the company or something. Blew the salary on 3 line. Low Mao. Bro goes to work and then just fucking degens trying to get a double prime on his gloves or something. Talking about enhancing, yeah. I think it's because they're developing like a synergy app that later on, people from outside of people that play MapleStory, they can enhance like to gamble for fun. I think that's crazy though. Being able to Star Force on the web on a website, and then you can use it to like list it on the marketplace when you're like speculating or something. I don't know. Like people they like to gamble. I think it's a good idea to burn money from system. Yeah, I mean that's like the primary use of money in this game is enhancements. That's why Star Forcing is so crazy. But that's like the biggest money burn ever. I mean, Star Forcing as a system is just it just takes a while to be able to get your stuff to 20 star, 21 star. Okay. Do some fucking dailies. It's a good idea. Just the cost variation is weird. Yeah, it's the dynamic pricing in this game is I don't even know if I like it or not. It's weird as fuck. It's like I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I hate it. It's just like I just think it's a weird system. That's it. I feel like for majority of players, it's not good, but I mean maybe it's good. I mean, what it does do well though is that it definitely prevents people from just going ham on the enhancements. It does its it does its job. Definitely does its job. Because the point of the dynamic star forcing is to keep people from progressing too fast. I mean, it's doing what it needs to do, I guess, because it's fucking expensive for everything. Yeah, but I mean, it's like definitely arguable if it's good or not. Like in the beginning of the game is definitely not good because it meant no one can progress, and when no one can progress, the game's not worth playing. But I think where it is at right now, it's fine. Like even if you're free to play, fine. I try to relog with the items still loading. Did you check your wallet to see if it's still there? Like inside your MetaMask. Like inside like you go to your marketplace, do you see it's still there? I mean, if it's still there, then you're chilling. If it's not, then I would go to support because I do not know what to do about that. Oh yeah, I've never ran into that issue. Like a duplicate item, I would. I don't even know what I would do. Honestly, that sounds kind of spooky. I've never had that problem. Yeah, that's weird. Like the only problems I've had is if it doesn't load into my inventory, but it's stuck in my wallet. and I relog, and then it fixes itself. It's I don't know about what the problem you're having though. Pretty sure the mint. Maybe it's because reset just happened too. So I don't know. Maybe that kind of bugged everything out. It's been like that for 5 hours. Ah, shit. I would just go. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really don't know what I would do because if you go to support, I mean, I don't even know if support can help you with that because they probably don't know what the fuck's going on either. But I mean, that's your best bet, right? Maybe it's a bug going on. You gotta check the Discord or something. I mean, if I knew, I would tell you, but I have no idea. You got the earrings? Congrats. How much are they? It's like what, like at least a mil, right? And those are good. That's a good get. Yeah, it's weird. It still shows my wallet though. Well, okay, that's a good thing because I think as long as it's still in your wallet, like, oh, you shouldn't be too worried. It's probably just like some bug or something. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, the game kind of gets buggy sometimes, so definitely some issues. Hmm. All right, let's do some Monster Park, and then I'm gonna run my bosses. 110K for Black Cubes for. Oh yeah, they're all everything's basically expensive right now, right? I guess I'm keeping my iffy for now. Yeah, I would just wait until the prices on everything get to a more manageable level, because I mean right now it's just too crazy. People make a pretty good amount of money on like farming too, so I think everyone's just enhancing. I'll just buy the gear and keep it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I think that's actually not that bad. Like, just have the items on hand, and then eventually you can work on it later. All right, time to run some daily bosses. We'll see from there. Finally, what do you say finally for? No, if you're on HGL, damn, we up then. I'll say that if you're ring, it's like it actually has a pretty decent spawn rate, but they're so good to have. So I think they're always kind of expensive. I'm about to get the fucking if you're ring again too. Watch this. I feel like Zakum never gives me anything anymore. The guy just gets Omega farm from everyone. Oh no. Yeah, I never get anything from this guy. I guess I got this the big money today. Money's pretty good. Damn, I really ain't got nothing. Oh, it's okay. We still got Von Leon. He's never let me down, right? Von Leon's never let me down. Okay. Nicholas. Okay, money. Hmm, Like, weird. And today was not a juicer day. All good. DM so strong now. Oh, I'm fucking juiced. It's all good though. I'm getting an insane amount of drops when the reset comes, so I can't really complain. Let me see your Fafnir. All right, I'll show it to you. It still needs to be flamed though, but it's pretty good. I mean, I bought this pre-made, so I had to spend money on enhancing it. But it's double prime, and I mean the beat pod is good. I think. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it here today. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys watched the stream. All right, enjoyed watching the stream. Catch you guys later. Peace out.